you know what Jesus said? Do you know what Jesus said? He said, I came to bring fire on the earth, and how I wish it were already kindled. But I have a baptism of suffering ahead of me, and I am under a heavy burden until it is accomplished. Friends, are we under a heavy burden until it is accomplished? Until the will of God is accomplished on the earth? Are we under a heavy burden? I know I am. I can't sleep for it. I wake up in the night and I'm like, I can't waste a single moment. I can't waste a single moment. I don't know if I'm going to be alive tomorrow. None of us do. Right. It's time. It's time to live for this moment and to live it all for God. Live it all for God. You know, in 2009, when God woke me up, and I tell you, woke me up dramatically. A week after, I was seeking God. And God, do you know what God said to me? Do you know what God said to me? You know, because I'd been conditioned. I was a believer. I was following God with all of my heart, as far as I was concerned. You know, there are levels, but I was really following God, but I was conditioned by the spirit of the world, because it's surreptitious. You know, you don't realise it's happening. That's what the social engineers do. It's all been decided. That's what they do in democratic society. They condition the people so everyone follows what they really want, and they think they've done what they want. And that's what the church is doing right now. Political correctness has invaded the church, and it's invaded us. Well, I was in my bathroom before going to church on Sunday morning, and the Lord said, Jason, you have bowed down to government. I fell on my knees. And I repented in that moment. I said, God, never again. I said, God, I didn't know I was doing it. From that moment on, I turned my back on the wickedness of this world and everything that comes out. Everything that comes out of Number 10, everything that comes out of the White House, everything, because it is the system of this world and it's all going to one place. We've seen it in the Bible. It's going towards the Antichrist global power. Look at the World Economic Forum. It's evil. But Klaus Schwab, he thinks he's the God of this planet. But he's got a big surprise coming, hallelujah. He's got a big surprise coming. Because Jesus is coming on the clouds of heaven, and he's going to destroy this Antichrist power. And it will crumble and fall. It will crumble and fall, and all of the evil idolatry will be destroyed. It will be blown away in the wind. But the Lord is saying to the church, you've got to be ready. You've got to go through the fire of my holiness, otherwise you'll be blown away with it. Because my holiness is so big. You remember the Israelites? They put the blood, didn't they, over the doorpost. Friends, we've got to go through the fire of his protection. Let's not assume because we go to church that it's all okay and it's all going to be okay. Friends, let's come up higher. Let's come up higher into his holiness. Friends, we're all here tonight because God has called us. He's called us. There should be many more people, friends, but Jesus said, narrow is the road, narrow is the gate, few walk through it, broad is the road. God's chosen you tonight to be here because he wants you to partake in the end time army, the end time plan. Oh, hallelujah. Friends, are you an extremist for Jesus? Are you a fundamentalist? I am. I'm an extremist. You know, the US government and the British government now, they talk about extremist Christians. They're the ones that believe that killing a baby in the womb. Can you believe that? An extremist, a fundamentalist, terrorists they call them, Christians who believe that is wrong, to kill a baby, an innocent life. sacrificed on the altar of the gods of this world to give them power. You know, that's what they do. You know, that's what abortion is all about. God showed me when I was writing that book. I fell in my office on the floor as it was like my blood, my stomach filled with blood. It filled with blood and I was rolling on the floor in pain because of the death and the carnage across the earth. But God will not be mocked. And those children are under the altar crying out, when will our blood be avenged? Yes. Hallelujah. Yes, Jesus is coming on the clouds of heaven, and every eye will see, friends, even those who pierced him. Even those who pierced him. Everyone will mourn. Everyone will mourn because God is coming on the clouds of heaven. His fire is coming. It's coming to burn away. It's coming to burn everything away, friends. Everything that we hold dear. He says, you don't need it. You don't need it. Those I love, I rebuke. Those I love, I'll say, Lord, I was saying it today, I said, God, you know, even if I have to die, even if I have to die, visit me. Strip everything away from me that is not of you. I don't want anything of this world. I don't want anything. Burn my flesh away. Burn away all my desires, everything that is of this world. Friends, this is where God is taking us. He's taking us through the fire of his holiness to give us the mobilisation to go through this earth and to preach the glorious gospel with signs following. We all want the signs, don't we? We all want the prophecy, we all want that. But God says, come through the fire first. Come through the fire of affliction. We've been through the fire of affliction. I've actually grown to love it. Consider it all joy when you face trials. We don't want trials. Friends, when we've had a glorious encounter with Jesus Christ, we say, bring it on, whatever I need to live this life with you. Paul asked, didn't he? He'd seen the sick healed, he'd seen the dead raised. He begged God 3 times, take this away. God said, my grace is sufficient. My grace. Sometimes it's not sufficient for people. Healing is sufficient for them. That's what they want. And then they get bitter when they're not healed. My grace is sufficient. Oh, hallelujah. Friends, this is the day for the church. It's a glorious time. It is, I think it might be the most glorious time ever. And we were born for this time. I think about this all the time. Can you imagine that God, before the foundations of the world, he decided that we would be here now? Yeah. We. I'm thinking, what on earth did he think Jason would be here and somehow I would be able to do something for him in this hour of utter evil and depravity upon the planet? Because it's all going down, isn't it? See America? It's gone down the tubes. It's evil. It's evil. The things that they promote. It's evil. It's gone. It's gone. But God is calling out a remnant. Yes. It's a remnant. It's those who are not conditioned by the spirit of this world. And friends, if we feel we are, all we have to do is look into the eyes of Jesus and he will burn it all away. He will burn away all the social conditioning, all the social engineering. And if you've got the TV on, I'll say turn it off. I did a